All right, we got a special pod today. We are presented by WinBet. Betting is a team sport. Bet together at WinBet. I'm down in Mobile, Alabama, joined by a fan favorite for Jets Nation. That, of course, is Leon Washington. Great seeing you, buddy.
Eric, good seeing you as well, man. It's been a while, right?
It has been a
Yeah,
while, so that's
yeah,
where I wanted to start. What gave you the coaching itch? I didn't see this back in your playing days
right.
that, hey, maybe down the line you'd be doing this.
Oh, ever since I started playing football in Jacksonville, from Pop Warner to high school to college to the NFL, always had the itch for it.
Yeah?
So in the meeting rooms, you guys probably didn't see it because you were in there, but I was always trying to coach the young guys up, trying to give back to the game. So for me, I always had the itch for it. And then having three boys and a little girl at home, I had an opportunity to really get myself prepared for coaching. So I have a 16-year-old son, a 12-year-old son, and a 10-year-old son. So I'm always coaching. So for me, I always had the itch for it when to give back to the game in a way. And really, honestly, Eric, all I know is football.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I know the game. I grew up in Florida playing the game outside all the time. So for me, it was just natural to give back to the game in this way.
But what led you to the Jets in this opportunity?
Well, obviously, I got into it. My internships, my first internship with the Jacksonville
Yep.
Jaguars, and I did one within Atlanta. And the previous 2 years before I got hired here, I was in Detroit. Um, and then once I left Detroit, me and Robert Saleh had a relationship dating back to our days with the Seattle Seahawks in
Mm.
2011. And also with my internship in Jacksonville in 2016, I worked with him as well. So I just hit him up and asked him for an opportunity, and gave him an interview and gave him an opportunity.
What was Salah like at both those stops in Seattle, Jacksonville?
Awesome. You can feel his genuine presence. When you watch him in his meeting rooms with the linebackers during that time. When he was a quality control guy in Seattle, he was awesome. And in Jacksonville, one thing that stuck out to me all the time that I remember was that we'll get in about 5:50, 5:45, and get in the weight room and work out. And every single day, I expect him not to be there, but he was there every single day. So I know the work ethic he'll put into this. I know the genuine care that he has for the players. The players really want to play for him, and I know how smart he is as a coach. I mean, he's really, really detailed with that. So, with that being said, it was just a natural fit for me to come help him out.
Was it cool that it was the Jets, though, the team that you
I was,
started with?
yeah, it was awesome. I mean, that was definitely a part of it, and I remember he was recruiting me to come here, and we were talking, and then the day before I committed, in a sense, he sent me a video. The old P. Diddy song, I'm coming
Oh,
home,
yeah.
I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. And that kind of sealed the deal up for me. I was like, I got to go back. I got to go back home.
Man, I
Right.
love
Got to go back
that.
home.
Salah, what was he like in the weight room? You said that you were an early riser yourself. You're always
hmm
in there. Guys in very good shape, but
Right.
how do you get after it?
Like, he's a beast. I always kept an eye out looking at him like, what is he doing over there? He's getting after it. I mean, he's attacking. And it's the same way here. I mean, he gets there early in the morning, gets his workout in, before he gets into his office. So I'm watching him, and God really takes care of his body. He understands that part of it. And you can see how that translates to the players, because we have a coach that's active, that's taking care of his body. He understands that part of it. So when he talks to the player, he can relate, to the player, like, hey, I take care of my body. You guys need to take care of your body and understand that part of it.
But you take care of your body big time as
Right.
well, man.
Right.
How much you weigh right now? You look
Right.
like you're ready
Yeah.
to rock and roll.
Yeah. I'm about 165, 170. I'm hovering around that. When I played, my weight was like 195. You know what I mean? So I'm a good 25 pounds down. I feel great. 5'8". I don't need to carry 200 pounds anymore. You know what I mean? I got to be able to keep up with my kids, but I feel great. That's what it's about nowadays, right? Taking care of your body, staying in great shape.
But do you say after your playing career was over that, hey, listen, I don't have to have that weight. Like I want to go down.
Oh, I knew it. When I was playing, I'm like, man, I'm carrying too much weight. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Obviously, you need to be in the physical shape to take the pounding in this league, especially at that running back position and returning kicks. But I always knew it, because when you go to the doctor, they give you the height weight chart, and I'm looking at 5'8", and they're saying like 165, 170. And I'm like, okay, at some point I'm gonna get down, and just being health conscious, want to be in better shape.
How would you describe your Jets career as a player coming in '06?
Uh, the main thing is that you want to win a Super Bowl.
Mm.
Okay, so I didn't accomplish that. So I will say in that sense, it wasn't great. I would say it was good from an individual standpoint. Some of the accolades I was able to accomplish, my first year, 2006, making big plays down the stretch, getting us into the
Yeah.
playoffs. All right. Then my second year, um, first team All Pro kick returner. My third year, Pro Bowl. You know what I mean? So in that sense, individually, I appreciate that part of it, being able to help this organization out. But in the day, I'm a coach now, and I tell my kids this. I tell other coaches this. The only selfish thing I want as a coach, and I want to win a Super Bowl. Like, it can sound selfish, but I just want to win a Super Bowl. Now I know it's a process to do that.
Yeah.
All right, but at the same time, I do want to win a Super Bowl.
But '06, you came into the league and
Right,
you got a new coach.
new coach Eric Mangini.
That's right. And
Right.
I think a lot of people probably sleeping on the Jets, but
Right.
you ended up in there as a wild card. You
Wild card
finished
in
the
the
season in New England.
Right,
Yeah.
right. That draft class was awesome. Me, Nick Mango, DeBrickashaw Ferguson, Brad Smith, Eric Smith, Drew
Jeez.
Coleman, I think the linebacker from Ohio State. I think
Schlegel.
Slag, yeah,
Anthony
Slag,
Schlegel, yeah.
Slag from Ohio State. I'm probably missing one more guy. I think I'm missing a D tackle, but that was a really good draft class. And the next year you get Reeves, David Harris in that draft class. So, but I vividly remember that first year. It was Christmas night. We're playing Miami, right down in Miami. I believe it was Monday Night Football, if I'm not correct. Pouring down rain, fourth quarter. I catch a screen pass, make some sick moves, like, you know what I mean, make like a bunch of guys miss. It gets in field goal range. We kick the field goal win. Next week we play the Oakland Raiders. We knew we were favored to beat those guys to go to the playoffs. So in that sense, that rookie year was special.
You getting goosebumps? Because I'm thinking about that game right now down there in Miami in the rain.
No, I'm from Florida, so whenever I played down in Miami, I played well. But just some things, like I said, I have children now, and so they kind of look at Dad like, Dad, you never had it. You were never good. You were never a good player. So I can show them film now.
WynnBET is now live in New Jersey, and they're bringing the excitement of Wynn Las Vegas to online sports betting. Get in on all your favorite teams, players, and sports, from boosted parlays to live in-game odds on every major sport. They have what you need to win. Sign up today to receive a special offer, risk-free $500 sports bet. Download the WynnBET app now or visit wynnbet.com to start winning. WynnBET, an official sportsbook and gaming partner of the New York Jets. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at wynnbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7117.
How about '08, man? What a weird year. Favre comes in.
Right.
You guys are tearing it up. You go down to Tennessee. They were 10-0. That's right. Just demolished them. Looked like the team to beat in the NFL, 8-3, and then it kind of fell apart down the stretch.
Yeah, that was extremely tough. And what I remember vividly about that is that, okay, like you said, we were tearing it up. Went down to Tennessee. They were 10-0. Kind of ran it down their throat. Had a really good game individually for myself down there. And then we're coming down the stretch, all right? And we go out to San Fran, right? And all we have to do is beat San Fran, and we're in the playoffs, regardless. I think that was the next to last game. Get to the fourth quarter. I think it's almost like, I think it's the beginning of the fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken, right? They kick the ball off to me. I run it back for a touchdown, but they called it back. They called the freaking touchdown back. And you go look at the play, I don't think it's a holding. Guy hands is inside. I think it was James Ahedebo on Michael Robinson. Hands inside, pushing away. Mike Robb flails. Anyway, they called it back. It's always sticks in my head, because if they don't call that play back, we go to the playoffs.
And history changes. Who knows what happens?
I mean, we got Brett Favre. We get Brett Favre in the playoff. He already won a Super Bowl in Green Bay. We just get this guy into the playoffs. History changes. So that really sticks out to me. I think that touchdown getting called back is like one of my biggest disappointments. You know what I
Well,
mean? In the league,
then '09 happens.
right?
You get injured. You
Mm-hmm.
got a new coach in Rex Ryan. You kind of watching that from afar. Two-parter would be, how were you able to overcome the injury mentally and
Mm-hmm.
then enter the second phase of your career?
All right, correct. Yeah, coming to that year, I mean, we're freaking loaded. We're ready to go. Rich Ryan comes in here, kind of has a new philosophy with the organization, brings in a new system. Obviously, really good on defense
Yeah.
with the change ups, and obviously having guys like Reeves, David Harris. I mean, Chris Jenkins. I mean, you could go down the list. A bunch of those guys down there. Halfway during the season, we go play the Oakland Raiders, and I had a compound fracture. Bone came through the skin, and it was disappointing because I was in a contract year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was obviously disappointing. But what gave me comfort in a sense, or what gave me hope, is that when I got to the hospital, I immediately went to surgery. Came out of surgery, doc's like, okay, all right, you're great. You have no ankle damage. You have no knee damage. You just, you broke your tib and your fib came through the skin. So the most important thing is that, no infections. Make sure you rehab the right way, take care of your body, take your calcium pills so your bone can heal up. And so as soon as I came out of surgery, the next day I was on crutches trying to move around. You know what I mean? And so for me, that's the resilience that my parents instilled in me as a young kid, that, never give up. And so from that point on, I knew I didn't have any ankle knee damage. So I was just waiting for my bone to heal. And so a month later, I was out of the boot. You know what I'm saying? 2 months later, I was on the treadmill. 3 months later, I was kind of walking and jogging. About 4 or 5 months later, I was moving around and running. And so the draft came around, got traded to Seattle, and went out there my first year. Made all pro as a kick returner.
Yeah.
Ran three back to the house. So, you know, for me, it was just, going out there, showing that resilience, being competitive, knowing that, hey, what the hell I'm gonna do about it now, right? No complaining, just get out there and get it done.
Man, amazing heart. And
Right,
people on the East Coast, Jets fans, were rooting you on. Everybody
right,
who was within your presence or watched you play, talking about people within the organization or the fans, they gravitated towards you because you had a special game, versatile player who left it out there on the field, and you connected with the dudes inside the locker room.
absolutely.
That was awesome. How proud are you of being an NFL record holder in terms of kickoff returns
Terms,
for
right?
touchdowns, right?
Right. Yeah. It's special. And like I say, like everything I kind of relate back to my kids because they just don't see it in dad now. So
Well, we got
like
YouTube now.
right, we got YouTube, and also we got Wikipedia, so you can read it you can read up on it and say that nah, it's a special thing. And I'm glad that the Jets organization is a part of that, because I ran back forward with this organization and ran back forward with the Seahawks. But that year, my second year in the league, when Justin Miller went down that first game against Baltimore, the next game we played against Miami, and I ran one back, that next game. So it's good that from the Jets organization standpoint, they could be a part of that. And it's just special. I mean, it's down in the history books. You know what I mean? And
Do you have
so
a favorite one of the 8?
um I would say it's definitely with the Jets. I would say the one against the Patriots, Thursday Night Football
Mm.
in 2008. We had that game. Brett Favre beat out Matt Castle. And
Overtime.
in overtime, yeah,
Yep.
in overtime that game. I think that one sticks out more than anything else. Big time game, playing against a division opponent, and so from that standpoint, like all of them special, but that one sticks out.
You bringing the intensity on the field.
Right,
We're taping this down in Mobile, Alabama. You've been elevated in your role here this week. So can
right.
you talk about your role that might be a little bit different than the regular season?
Well, I think it's a great idea that the Senior Bowl decided to do this. All right, allow the assistant coaches kind of elevate, like you mentioned, and move up to a different role. So I'm a special team assistant, and so now I'm the head special team coach here. Yeah, special teams coordinator, I would say. It's been great getting the opportunity to get in front of the classroom, getting the opportunity to teach these guys from some of the things that I learned from Brant. So I'm grateful for Brant for giving me the opportunity. I'm definitely grateful for Coach Saleh giving me the opportunity to step in front of the classroom and get to learn to teach and coach and control my own room. So it's been great. So if you want to be a coordinator in this league, you got to be able to step into that role. So I look forward to going out there, bringing the intensity, bringing the juice, and going out there making plays. Like I told our guys in the special teams unit, like, we're going here to win this game, and we want to make big plays, just like we did this year.
We had you mic'd up. You were bringing the juice.
Yeah, juice, baby. That's what it is. I mean, that's what special teams is. At the end of the day, as a coach, I'm trying to give you, all the tools to get you from point A to point B. But after that, it's juice, it's strain, it's intensity, it's all those things as a player that the players right now, when they hear me speaking to the room or when they hear me out there on the practice field, they can feel it. And all I'm trying to demonstrate that so those guys can go out there and do the same thing.
Well, you're such a humble guy, but I think there was a moment out there where you came over to Tomlin, or Tomlin came over to you, and he said, "I'm Leon Washington." And he said, "I know who you are."
Right. I mean, that's just who I am. Like, I never assume that anybody knows anything. So I just want to be respectful in that situation. Obviously, I got a great deal of respect for Mike Tomlin, what he's done in that organization in Pittsburgh, being so consistent for 15 years straight. I think winning season every year.
Yeah.
Right. So being so consistent, I always watched him from afar, but never had a chance to meet him. So it was awesome to meet him in person. And I got great deal of respect for Coach Tomlin.
How about you announcing Michael Carter? You were a fourth round pick out of Florida State, and then you announced Michael Carter, and the kid comes in. And I know you probably really appreciate his game because he's got an old soul. I kind of think of you the way he approaches things.
No question, Coach. No question. I mean, I was fired up when I had the opportunity to do that, and then obviously evaluate him in the pre-draft process. And in so many ways, he's similar to me. With the size coming in, being about 5'8", 200 pounds, can break a bunch of tackles. He's smart, extremely smart. Like, you could tell he was well coached in college, and he's just a gamer. I mean, you could feel his intensity on the field. So, we're heading in the right direction. We bring in guys like Michael Carter. So it was a privilege. I tell him all the time, we both fourth-round picks. We're going to get it from the mud.
How great of an opportunity is this for you guys as an organization? Last year was a start. Started implementing the systems. People getting a feel. You got system familiarity. Now this year, you're going to head into the draft where you have two top 10 picks, 4 and 10. You got 4 picks in the top 38. That's the third time this franchise has had 4 picks that early since 1970. 9 picks overall, and that draft class that included Michael Carter last year has a chance to be. It's good right now. Got a chance to be special down the line.
Yep. I'm not a general manager. I'm not a scout, but the way you want to build your team, in my opinion, you really want to build it through the draft, bringing in, young players that fit your system, fit your philosophy. And so being down here in the being down in the Senior Bowl is a great opportunity for us to evaluate these seniors in person. And Coach Saleh talks about it all the time, while he was out in San Fran, how they found Deebo Samuels here. Finding players like that. So that's where we're down here. We get a chance to, really evaluate these guys' character, see if they fit into our locker room, see if they fit on our team, and hope we can find some gems down here.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Speaking of gems, how about the jacket you were sporting the other day? You had the Jets jacket on that.
Right.
Nobody in this organization has. I don't know.
That's special assets right there.
Is that custom made?
Yeah. No, it's not custom made. I think everyone has it, but that's a sweet jacket. The moment I saw it, I was like, geez, this jacket is sweet. I mean, with the Jets logo, you got the American flag on it. It's black, it's slick,
and it's like a button up.
Button up.
Yeah.
So it's like, so it's for me, as a player when I played, you really didn't appreciate, wearing the team gear at the time, but now I appreciate it more than ever. So I'm wearing Jets gear all the time.
And finally, I wanted to hand it over to you and say, hey, what would you tell some fans who are watching you from afar right now about not only what you're up to, but maybe what they mean to you?
Jets fans are awesome. They mean everything. Like, I stay active on Twitter. I stay active on social media, and they're always commenting like, man, you were my favorite player back then. I still wear your jersey. Even when I'm upstairs in the coaching booth, I look out in the crowd, I see a bunch of 29 jerseys, Leon Washington. So I appreciate it so much. So, guys, hang in there with us. It's a process. We're building this thing, but I promise you, Coach Saleh is going to lead us the right way. And I'm going to do whatever I can to bring this organization another Super Bowl.
Appreciate you, man. Hope to do this again real soon.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks a lot, Eric.
WynnBET is now live in New Jersey, and they're bringing the excitement of Wynn Las Vegas to online sports betting. Get in on all your favorite teams, players, and sports, from boosted parlays to live in-game odds on every major sport. They have what you need to win. Sign up today to receive a special offer, risk-free $1,000 sports bet. Download the WynnBET app now or visit wynnbet.com to start winning. WynnBET, an official sportsbook and gaming partner of the New York Jets. Offer subject to change. Terms and conditions at wynnbet.com. Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-270-7117.